Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We're back in the garage today and we're going to be tackling the project of installing sound deadening material in the Tacoma. I want to just quiet it down on the road and on the back roads and maybe eliminate some of the vibrations and noises and stuff like that, and just make the interior a little bit more of a pleasant place to be on longer drives and see if we can't get rid of some of that road and wind noise. I've been doing some reading and I hear that installing this sound deadening stuff does make a pretty big improvement, so I'm curious to see for myself. I think we're going to start with the doors first, but before we do that, why don't we take a drive and check out a baseline and see what our sound levels are currently. That way we know how much of an improvement we made once we get all the sound deadening installed in the vehicle. So around 71 to 72-ish decibels at about 50 miles an hour cruising down the road. So we'll go ahead and see what adding sound deadening to the door panels does for this. So the product I picked up to do this project is this Kill Mat 50 mil. It has pretty good reviews. It's a lot cheaper than some other bigger name products out there, and so I wanted to give it a shot. Got good reviews. This is just the 50 mil thickness. I think I'm going to double it up to make it 100 mil, and that's not millimeters. That's a different measurement. It's like its own thing or whatever. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on the doors. Oh, and I'll leave a link in the description for the product and the roller that I'm gonna use and anything else that I'm gonna use in this project. Popping off the door panel is pretty easy. There's just 2 screws here, 1 screw here, and then you'll have to unhook the power plug from this too once you kind of pop the panel off, but then it's just clips around the outside of the door and a little kind of lip up here at the top. Door card is off. Now we got to remove this plastic here and those cables up there as well. There's some clips and we'll pull that off. All right, so we got the plastic off of here. You're gonna want to save that because that's what keeps dust out of coming into the truck for the most part. Because the inside of the doors here is exposed to weather from the outside and stuff. So I want to save that. I kind of got it cleaned up a little bit, but I'm going to take a rag now, microfiber with alcohol, and really clean the inside area here on this, I guess the outer door skin on the inside. Don't know if I'm going to do anything here on this panel because I think there's really not enough space here, and it'll probably interfere with the door card and how it fits against the door. So we're really just going to be focusing on the inside portion here, and I should be able to get pretty much the entirety of this door panel. There's good access through here. Also, let's listen to how this door sounds before we get that sound deadening on here. There's quite a bit of resonance to that, so I'll be curious to see how that sounds after we get the sound deadening material on this door. So this stuff comes in nice little squares, and basically what we're gonna do is get it up in here and just kind of position it as best we can to take up the space within the door here. To help apply it, I also have a roller. So this is a smooth one. You can also get kind of ridged ones as well. Might be a little bit better than this one, but we'll see how this works. Definitely want a roller anyways to make sure you get it nice and adhered to the panel that you're applying it to. Forgot to press record there on that last one, but I got this first panel installed here and used this roller. Worked pretty good. You can see I started down there from the bottom, and yeah, we're going to kind of work our way across the bottom, and then we'll have to cut some pieces to fit into these little spots. But yeah, this went on pretty nice and easy, so yeah, should go fairly quickly. Okay, so we got this lower part covered, and it took exactly 3 pieces. You can see we got it nice up against that bar there. Yeah, it looks pretty pretty freaking good so far. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this top part up here. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult because it's quite a bit tighter up there. Alright, so I just finished this door. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It didn't take all that long, maybe about 40-50 minutes or so, including like taking the door card off and stuff. The next one will go much quicker, but I think I used maybe 5 or 6 sheets. And then here in the main center sections on the top of this support bar and the bottom, I did just one other sheet over the top of the others just for a little bit extra sound deadening right there. But yeah, I think this is going to be awesome. Why don't we go ahead and see how the door panel sounds now. Sounds a lot more solid, less echoey, kind of less resonance in there. It sounds really good. I think this is going to be a pretty big improvement. So let's go ahead and move on to the other door. All right, so second side is done. Followed the same process as the other door, except for this one a little bit quicker because I knew what I was doing on this one. So we're gonna get the plastic back on and get the door card back on and go for a drive. So it looks like it's maybe fractionally quieter, still going the same speed. Settles right around 71-ish, 70 and a half. All right, so maybe we got half a decibel, maybe a decibel reduction just doing the doors. So definitely a small improvement there, but I wasn't expecting much because it is only the doors. There's still a lot of other surfaces in this vehicle that sound is coming from. So definitely looking forward to seeing what kind of progress we make once we do the whole interior. That's going to be the next step here, is we're going to tear everything out of the inside and do the floor and ceiling and the back and all that stuff. But I can definitely tell already though that the doors with the speakers sound a lot better. The sound coming out of them sounds a bit cleaner. So there's definitely an improvement there. But anyways, I'm super happy, and we're going to go back to the garage, and then we're going to pick up doing the rest of the truck here in a few days. All right, it's significantly later since the last portion. We're going to start on the inside of the truck now, and the first thing we're going to do is pull the floor mats and seats out, and we're going to start working on getting the carpet up because we're going to do the floor. I'm not sure how much of the material I have left, so we're going to get as far as we can today on that, and I probably need to order more to really finish out the rest of the truck. All right, phase one. Seats are all out, as is the center console. It's got to remove one more piece of plastic, and then one more piece of plastic right there, and then we'll be able to kind of start pulling the carpet up. It's a lot of work to kind of get to this point, so hopefully this is worth it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start pulling the carpet up and exposing the floor so we can put some of this sound deadener in. Okay, so we got the carpet peeled back. We're going to be focusing mainly just on this front section here. You can see there's already sound deadening in here, of course. So we're just going to be going right over the top of this and adding more sound deadening to quiet it up. But you can see the tunnel, that's not sound deadened or anything. So go ahead and add stuff there, and yeah, really just be focusing on the front and the back right here. I don't know if we'll get into kind of the back wall or anything today. So really just the floors. Boom, got it all sound deadened now. So yeah, pretty good. Got up under there as well. Now we'll go ahead and start putting things back together in here, and then we can get on the road and see how quiet it is if it's not raining out. It's been stormy and windy. I won't be able to get an accurate kind of comparison between the last videos if there's rain pounding on the truck, but yeah, so far it's looking really good. Hopefully we can hear a difference. right, so it looks like we maybe shaved off another half a decibel on the sound, so that's pretty good. I think we're down maybe around a whole decibel, maybe a decibel and a half. I did notice we dropped below 70 there for a little bit, so yeah, I think it's a pretty decent improvement on doing this. I mean, the floor of the truck already had sound deadening on it, so we were just kind of going over that. I can actually tell a difference between before and after, kind of with the transmission tunnel, just the sound that used to come in through that area. There is a noticeable difference there, and I can tell with the subwoofer as well. That sounds just a little bit better when listening to music. So all in all, definitely an overall improvement. Not like a really big noticeable improvement. I think a decibel reduction is somewhere like 7%. Like a 7% reduction in like kind of perceived loudness, so it's not a ton. Still have the roof to do and the back of the truck here, so probably gonna get some good gains out of the roof, I think, because I don't think there's any sound deadening there from the factory. It's just kind of the headliner. So looking forward to getting that done, and that will be the next thing that we tackle. Okay, we're back in the garage now. It's time to tackle the headliner. It is many, many weeks later. I had my surgery, finally in a spot now where I can actually do some stuff. So let's go ahead and wrap this project up. It's been way too long. Not exactly sure how difficult it's going to be to get this headliner on here, but I know we got to take all of that stuff off. I think all we had to do is pop the tops of the pillar covers off and take out some other screws and clips. Should be able to get this thing out of here, hopefully without too much effort. So this is what we're looking at in here. There is a little bit of sound deadening up here, but it's not very, doesn't look very substantial. So I'm going to take it off. We'll put on the stuff that I got, and then we'll put this back over the top of it. But pro tip on getting the headliner out, it works if you slide it to one side first to get it free of the interior panels, and then pull one side down and then slide it back out, and then you can kind of drop it out and set it inside the truck. All right, so I got a little bit ahead of myself, and I think I forgot to record showing it in here, but got the sound deadening all installed on the roof, front and back, and I went ahead and I'm sticking back up that fiber mat as well. I'm not sure, it probably helps with sound a little bit for sure, but it also might help with condensation and stuff, so I figured I'd put it back up there, just using some double-sided tape. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good, so we're going to start putting the headliner back in now. Alright, so I just got back from test driving the truck after finishing the roof. I actually didn't get around to it that night after I finished it, but it looks like we're at around a 3.5 to 4 decibel reduction in sound, which is actually larger than I was expecting after having done the floor and the doors. There wasn't much of a reduction there, but the roof really rounded things out nicely. I haven't done the back of the truck because I actually ran out of material, and I don't want to buy a whole nother box to do just the back, and I'm not sure that I'm really going to get much out of it for all of the work that's going to go into doing that. So I think I'm going to leave it as is for now. Plus I just know it's going to take me another few weeks to get around to that, and I'm looking forward to wrapping up this project in this video. But yeah, I think 3.5 to 4 decibel reduction is pretty decent. Just looking online, it seems like what the average human ear can perceive in terms of like a difference in loudness when it comes to like music or speech is like 3 decibels, and then 5 decibels is something that you can really notice. So we're getting really close there. If from the loudest to the quietest point, we're close to 4 decibels. I know that I can definitely tell a difference listening to music, and the whole sound system in the truck just sounds better. But also road noise, it does sound a little bit quieter, and just the wind noise and stuff is a little less noticeable as well. So I think it was a worthwhile upgrade for me. It wasn't that expensive. What it really cost was just time to do it, but it also wasn't that hard to do. It only took me a single box box to do my extended cab Tacoma. All of those surfaces that you saw there, the door, the floor, and the roof was one box. So really not that bad. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and if you're curious about doing this yourself, one thing I'd probably do if I was going to do it again is go with a thicker material. You know, while you're in there, you might as well spend a little bit more, get a thicker material, and kind of maximize the sound deadening that you're going to do while you're in there with one sheet. So you really don't want to be layering, you know, a bunch of sheets. You might as well just buy the thicker material. But yeah, all in all, I think it was worthwhile for me. Quieted things down a little bit, and the truck just sounds just, you know, a little bit better, which is nice on the road and doing those trips, especially when the wife's in the car and we're having a conversation. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and drop those down below in the comments section, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.